you find out that she's older than the man by at least 150,000 years, according to either science, mathematics. You find that you have a particular science or field in which that is being taught right now. It's called quantum physics. In that field of quantum physics, scientists are telling us that they're finding out, even within the realm of physics, they're finding out that the woman is older than man by at least 150,000 years. So that means the incarnation principle from out what we would call the androgynous state, which was when the male and female and the masculine and feminine energy was combined within one body before the split. You will also have what came from out of that, from the androgynous state, the hermaphroditic state. And from out of the hermaphroditic state, you will have the branches breaking off into what now becomes male and female before your eyes. So whenever you see a hermaphrodite, you will find that the hermaphrodite is in this day and time, modern day and time, a hermaphrodite is actually a throwback to a time of millions of years ago when man essentially, or woman as we would say, was essentially asexual. That meaning that they was able to reproduce within themselves without the use of another individual to do so. Unlike now, you know what I'm saying, it's even hard now to even produce with two damn people.
What time are we talking about when you say that?
We're talking about at least 24 million years ago. Over 24 million years ago. Okay? We're talking about over 24 million years ago. We found some information which actually dates the pygmies, or who we actually call the Twa people, dating back to over 30 million years ago on planet Earth. And matter of fact, populating the whole planet when the continents was close enough together in which that we don't have what we call now the continent drift, in which that it seems as if the continents are moving further and further away from each other. We're talking about when South America was still near Africa, sitting up on the tip, up under the western tip of the Iberian Gold Coast, and South Africa was right here. Okay, so you see the Twa migrating from out of Africa in the diaspora, going to those so-called quote-unquote 7 continents. And you will find that scientists have found the Twa bones on each of the so-called 7 continents. There's Twa bones have been found in Wisconsin, Ohio, right here in the United States, okay, Mexico, on down to Central America, South America, all over the world. So we know that there was a migration of the oldest people upon the planet Earth, and they are the Twa people. So if you go, and the Twa people have a folklore just like anyone else, even though if you read certain books, the Europeans would basically try to tell us that the Twa people have no primordial symbols. But damn, if you get the book called Primordial Symbols of Signs of Man, written by Albert Churchward, the whole book is about the Twa people or the Pygmies and their ancient symbols. And their ancient symbols are the exact same symbols on which that you find throughout the diaspora of Africa now, throughout Africa now. So within their teachings, they speak about when man was once, and we only use the term man because actually the word man itself, you look it up in the Webster Dictionary, actually means the mind. In other words, the word man means he who thinks or a thinker. All right? So man is a thinker. It don't have nothing to do with the personification of the masculine force in the physical form. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact of you being a thinking being. All right? The reason why they say womb man or woman is simply because of the term womb, in which that actually is symbolic to the universe itself. So the woman actually symbolizes the universal mind in the physical manifestation. She is the physical manifestation of the universal mind. All right. Now, as this split developed millions of years ago, you will find that man, according to the blood types, there's a book talking about eating right for your blood types. It's written by Peter Diamato, and in there he speaks about the blood types and how far back the blood types go. He speaks about the O blood type meaning original blood type, dating back to over 300,000 years ago. All right, and the oldest beings, of course, are the people from out of Africa. He states this within the book, as well as also the fact that majority of Africans should still have O blood type, but because of the mutations from the genetically altered food, because of the environment conditions going haywire, because of the stress conditions, because of the mixing and the interbreeding, black people are no longer dominantly just O blood type. There's other blood types in which that is now coming to the scenario in which that we will find A blood type is becoming larger all of a sudden. And A blood type is actually less than 20,000 years old. All right, that blood type at one time actually used to be the blood type in which that Caucasians had. All right, it means the A blood type means Agarian. Agarian means that they basically was the tilter of the fields type of people in which they lived up in high atmosphere conditions, basically as we would call them mountain dwellers. All right, as you know, the European was in the Caucasus Mountains for over 2,000 years, according to Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So that coincides with the fact of the blood type of A. Then you have B blood type. B blood type means balance. Okay, balance. B blood type is a mixture between the A blood type and the O blood type. All right. O blood type people, they are ones in which they need to be very active. All right, they need to be very active. In other words, they can't sit around for long amounts of time, or either they're put on weight quickly. They need to be very active. The more active they are, you know what I'm saying, the more better they feel. All right. Now, the last group would be what we call the AB blood type. Actually, the B blood type, that goes back to about 13 to 10,000 years ago. Now, the last blood type would be AB blood type. That dates back to about 2,000 years ago. All right, 2,000 years ago. Now, what is unique about that blood type is the fact that you find out about that AB blood type is that it's supposed to be a shroud of Turin. Y'all might have heard about that. This shroud has been taken all over the world. Supposedly scientists have analyzed this shroud and they found specks of blood, you know, because supposedly this image of Jesus Christ supposed to have been left on it. Well, this shroud of Turin, some portion of it supposedly was taken to Japan. And the Japanese all of a sudden want to say that they want to clone this individual back into existence. Now, this is deep because of the fact that this blood type is less than 2,000 years ago, so they're saying that this is the blood type of Jesus, and that this supposed blood type is the special blood type in which that is. Yo, this some wild shit. But anyway, this is supposed to be the special blood type in which that they're supposed to be using in order to bring this person back into existence. What they're gonna find out is that they have the blood of Jacques de Molay. Jacques de Molay was the founder of the Knights Templars. All right. He was crucified upside down and burned at on a stake of the cross. All right. Basically for harassment. And basically he was going around, you know what I'm saying, basically distributing the teachings to the so-called peasants. You know what I'm saying? They thought he was creating an uprising. So they burned him at the stake of the cross, basically, and ended his life. Supposedly, the wrappings that he was wrapped with now become this shroud of, the so-called shroud of Turin, but they want us to believe that is actually the shroud of Jesus, in which they're going to use to bring back into existence. The reason why I'm saying all this is because we're going to get into, when we get into the sexual aspect of this, the blood types is going to make a difference of what I'm talking about. All right? What? In which way? What you mean? Oh, you mean if it's positive or negative? It depends on the I guess the arrangements of the blood itself, on what determines on if